Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. It's all about healthy paws abilities. That's right. Dr. Catherine Alnovi joining us here, making things happen for your pets, for you pet owners out there, the healthy way. Yes, I say healthy. And that's the name of the
Healthy.
company, Healthy Paws Abilities, which I love to say that word. By the way, how did you even come up with the idea for the name of your company?
Oh my goodness, I thought about it. It took 5 years. And then just poof, one day, playing with the word possible. And I went possible with pet. Yeah, the only problem, Jill, there's a ton of I's in the word. And when I write the email address, it's crazy, but it's fine. It's a great name.
Beautiful. Tell us the work that you're doing. Obviously the natural way, and you're helping
Yeah.
so many people all across the world with your plans.
Yeah, absolutely. That's basically my whole thing is to help people. I'm a health coach, right? So there's health coaches for people. Well, now you got health coaches for your dogs and cats, and that's me. And there's probably a handful of others out there. And what we're trying to do, just like for people, it's one at a time. Let's get health through getting off the pharmaceuticals, feeding what's nourishing to the body, and we're going for quality and longevity. That's the whole deal, man.
Oh, I love it. And what's the service that you offer and provide? It's very unique to those out there, and you could be anywhere around the world. We all have pets, right?
Anywhere. Yep, anywhere. I have people in my monthly membership from all over the world, and that's a $25 a month club. And it's shoot me a text, ask me a question. If it's easy, I'll answer it. If we need to talk in depth, then I'm going to switch you to a phone consult so that we spend 45 minutes and we talk about everything in the history and how do we address it. And like I was talking to somebody in a phone consult yesterday who lives in Tucson, and I'm over here in Tampa Bay, and my instructions to them were, if you need to send me a poop picture every day, it's fine.
Yeah.
Do, because the more you update me, the more I understand what's going on with your pet, and then I can help with the specific issues. And those are people who reach out to me most of the time, are people who has specific issues and they want to address it naturally. They don't like they looked up side effects of Western medicine, or they looked up Western medicine and there isn't a solution.
Got it. And
Yeah.
I love speaking with you. What did you have in mind for our audience today? And by the way, the lines we're going to open if you have any questions about anything that she
Yay.
does. 631-307-4031, 631-307-4031. What did you want to discuss for today for your listeners?
I thought let's just talk about the basics, because you and I have been talking for a couple of weeks or so, and just the fundamental as a pet parent things that you look at when you say your pet and you go, oh, well, that's a little bit different, but the regular vet says it's not an issue. For example, how much do your cats shed? Do they shed a lot or they shed a little? And some people, they pet their dog and they leave a whole dog on the floor. That's too much shedding. And that right there, okay, pets are always going to shed a little. I take a shower and there might be a little bit of hair that comes out, but it shouldn't come out in clumps. That's a sign that something on the inside isn't right. Does it mean that we need blood work? Not necessarily. Sometimes it just means something's a little out of balance. I'm going to say it. We got to tweak the food because
Yes.
it's the biggest thing anybody does for their pets is give them food. And the conventional pet food causes shedding, dry skin, greasy skin. You can have combination skin with dry and greasy at the same time, and shedding and those little bumps, the little pimply things. And then it starts to progress. And you get ear infections and swelling between the toes and anal glands. But just the big general, because like somebody last week had a great question, and it was simple. How do you clean ears at home? Because we should be able to
Ah.
do it at
Ah.
home. So we talked about that last time.
Oh, it's so funny you said that. I just
Yeah.
cleaned my son's ears yesterday. I was thinking about that. I haven't cleaned these in a long time. And I never, can I be honest with you? I never cleaned my cat ears yet.
Okay, but you have multiple cats.
Yes.
They
Oh,
do it for each other. You probably see them over there in a cat pile grooming, and they're sticking their tongue in there, and cats have those really rough tongues, and ooh, they scrub that bad boy clean. You could just hold your son down and let your cats do it.
God. But how would we do that yourself at home? Do you use like a Q-tip? Do you use like a tissue? What's the correct?
Okay, fantastic. So you get an 8-ounce bottle, fill it 3/4 full with water. Wait, no, that's the rinse. No, fill it all the way with water. 1 or 2 drops of dish soap. Turn the head sideways, open the ear, fill the ear, squishy, 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 squishy. Turn the head the other way, fill the ear, squishy, 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 squishy. 20 seconds, let go. Oh, did I mention do it outside? Do not wear fancy clothes. Let go. They shake their head, they fling it out all over the place. And what you did, this is like doing dishes in the sink. You have a whole bunch of water, you got a little bit of soap, and you stir it all up. So you squish the ears, they shake their head, they fling it out. And if you want, you can get a cotton towel and just kind of dry the outside. That's all you need to do. No Q-tip, no paper towel. You don't need to stick your finger in their ear. Dogs and cats have an L-shaped ear canal. So, you were cleaning your son's ear and you did around the edges and you very gently went inside the ear hole, knowing that about half an inch in there is his eardrum. And he would say, Mom, as soon as you accidentally touched it, right? But on dogs and cats, you can't get in that far. It's this L shape. So we get into the bottom of the L and we ultimately pack the goo up against the eardrum. So instead, you do the squishy, 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 squishy and let them fling it out across the room. How do you think of that?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I know. If we humans could shake like that, you wouldn't have to clean your
Mm-hmm.
son's ears. It's very funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. And let me ask, a lot of people have, different animals. We all have ears, right? So you
Yeah,
mentioned the technique with the water, with the dish soap, but same process for a cat. Do we clean rabbit
exactly.
ears? Do we clean what other animal
Mhm.
ears? Do lizards have ears? I don't think so. I don't know. Do they?
Lizards have flat little ear holes on the sides,
Okay.
and
Do we
we
need to
don't
clean?
normally.
Okay.
And I don't know. That's a really good question about rabbits. If they're having a problem with what they're eating, they could end up getting really gunky ears. Rabbits might have mites in their ears as a bigger issue. Ear mites is something people commonly blame itchy ears on in dogs and cats. Usually that's only when they're babies and they came from wherever they came from. But you asked about cleaning cat ears, and you can do it the same. And cats are really funny because then they walk around with their ears half flat, sticking out sideways, like, donkey ears, and they're all ticked off until they get dried off. It's really very funny. They hold their ears very funny, but it's the same if they need to. But if animals are having common problems with ears and goo and discharge and infection after infection, it's a food allergy. Most of the time, it's a food allergy. And so then we have to figure out, is it because it's an allergy to low quality food with very inflammatory ingredients? People like to blame chicken, and that's because chicken's the number one ingredient in food, but it could be beef, it could be eggs, it could be any number of things. And so there's some trial. There's a little bit of figuring out what's going on, but it's easy to clean ears at home. Look in the ear hole. If it's gooey in there, clean it. Don't wait till it builds up and becomes infected. Dirty is not an infection. Leave dirt in there, it can become an infection.
Got it. And any tips are we supposed to be cleaning like their cat's noses or a dog's noses? Like, at least, at least I do every day, blowing my nose. I even put Q-tips here to get all the boogies out. Like, should we be doing any type of other, basic things that we're forgetting about with our animals?
Those are fantastic questions. Normally, in healthy dogs and cats, you shouldn't need to. If they're having crunchies around their nose holes, there's something else going on. It could be a respiratory infection, could be sinus infection. um, dehydration. Sometimes older animals don't drink enough and they get dehydrated, and then you see eye boogies and nose boogies. And so, if it's light, take a wet washcloth and just wipe the face down, just like we would do with ourselves. It's kind of a silly thing. Eye boogies are often a really big sign of at least not feeling 100%, but maybe a potential problem. Here in Florida, it's spring break land down here. So it's always warm, but oak trees, we have a ton of them, and they're going crazy right now. Everybody's car is yellow, even the tourists, their car is yellow. And what it means is our animals who walk down at the level where the pollen lands on the ground and they stick their face in the ground and they get a face full of pollen, they're getting irritants on their face. And so they might just need a wet washcloth and wipe their face and wipe around their eyes. Do it gently. Don't be scratching the eyeballs. But yes, clean their face. It might fix the eyeballs. It might fix the little bit of allergies
Ooh,
when it's simple. When it's
ah,
simple. Yeah, it's not always straightforward, but sometimes it's that simple. We want it
got
to
it.
be easy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We got a question that just came in via email
Great.
for you. And
Okay.
okay, this is from Leanne B in New York. She says, my dog had surgery Saturday night to remove a toy that was stuck, oh my gosh, in his small intestine. They did not
Yeah.
cut any intestine. He seems fine. He's eating. He wants his toys, but he hasn't really made a bowel movement. Only a very little bit came out when he sat down Tuesday. He is on gabapentin. Should I be concerned, or do you think it just takes
Okay.
some time to get his system back to normal? Thank you, Leanne. Wow.
Okay, really
All
good
right.
question, Leanne. I'm glad that they were able to save your baby. It is a concern. So, normal dog and cat intestines then go from the mouth to the butthole in about 8 hours. They are very rapid digesters, unlike us humans. And so if your dog is eating normally, we really should have normal poop now because we're 4 days later. So the caveats there are if we're not eating normally yet, there's not going to be poop yet. Also, gabapentin can change how we feel. Gabapentin is one of those medications that Western medicine now gives it out like candy.
Oh, well,
It's
can
a
you tell us what it is? Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be a pain reliever. Let me tell you what it really is. When it was invented back in the 80s or 90s, it was called Neurontin. It was for humans with migraines. So it's a drug approved for use in humans. It is not approved for use in pets, even though veterinarians give it out as if it's just like water, benign, no side effects. What gabapentin does to the animal is it takes their consciousness out of their body, puts it over there on the other side of the room, and the dog or the cat doesn't give a flying you know what about what's going on with their body. So often, when people's pets are on gabapentin and the animal isn't acting right, I suggest take away the gabapentin and see what happens. You are 5 days post surgery. That intestine heals in 3 days. It's mind blowing. So the intestine should be performing normally. So I would try get rid of the gabapentin. If we don't have poop, we have a problem. You need to go back to the vet because the last thing we want is rupture or anything like that. Sometimes things happen. It just bodies do weird things. So even though they didn't cut into the small intestine, they probably milked the toy back up into the stomach. They had to cut somewhere. So they may have
Mm-hmm.
cut the stomach. They obviously put in a zipper and made a giant incision across the abdomen. But animals are resilient. You're 5 days later, your dog's ready to be a dog. Stop making me sit on the couch and wear a cone. Well, you need the cone so we don't chew our incisions out. But,
Oh, yeah.
right, when you're supervising, you can take it off so your dog can act like a dog because movement makes the body work, right? How many times when any of us with the two-legged children take the kid for a ride in the car, they fall asleep, they get back, they poop. Okay. And pets do the same thing. Movement makes you poo. If you aren't moving, you aren't pooping. If you're stoned on gabapentin, you aren't moving, so you aren't pooping. So that's great question. I do hope it's simple for your baby, Leanne, and you just need to get rid of the gabapentin. And then, of course, I'm going to say you need to feed high quality real food, but that's a different conversation.
Thank you so much. I love the advice. And can I just bring up this medication, gabapentin?
Uh-huh.
My mom, when she was dying of cancer, she was experiencing, excuse my language, my medical terminology is not good, uh, trigeminoma, something. She was feeling like her face was going on fire, her nerves in her
Yeah.
face. So they gave her the gabapentin. Is that the same
Uh-huh.
thing? Is that supposed to block the nerve, the pain?
Exactly the same
Okay.
thing. Yes. Trigeminal nerve neuralgia. That's this huge cranial nerve that affects the whole face. It has three branches, which is why I'm putting three fingers on the side of my face. And it's called trigeminal, as in three.
Got
And
it.
it'll make,
Oh,
if your nerve is pissed off, everything's going to tingle and burn, and your mom wouldn't have been able to help it. She would have just been messing and scratching. And that's what gabapentin does, is it blocks the nerve signal transmission.
oh,
It's
yeah.
approved for use in humans, not
Ah,
dogs and cats. So we don't know
ah.
what are all the effects that happen in dogs and cats, is the point of that. There are other just fine medication. How about full spectrum hemp oil if you're
Oh,
worried about pain?
tell us, tell us.
There's some great dog products. There's some great dog products on the market. Um, Hemp oil has been called CBD oil,
Yeah,
but
I've heard.
parts of the
Mm-hmm.
government don't like the word
Ooh,
CBD. And the pet products are mostly cannabinoids, and they have the full spectrum product has 0.3% THC, an itty little amount, just enough that it gives a little bit of pain relief, but it's not like smoking a joint or hitting a bong where you get that high THC, because the people who are using marijuana are using it for the effects of the THC. But when you have just a smidge, okay, because look at CBD or hemp oil, and what is its medicinal use? Anti-seizures, helps with pain, can help with arthritis. In humans, it's been used to help humans who have nausea after chemotherapy. So it reduces the nausea, stimulates their appetite. Go for it. Who we got?
sorry to interrupt. We have a caller. Yes. Hi, hi. Welcome to the show. You are live on the line. What's your name? Hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I see you're there, caller.
I
Hello.
lost him.
Yeah, we lost you. Could you try us back? Try us back.
Call
I
back, call
I
back.
see the number on the caller ID on the other phone. Oh, it just said missed call now. I don't know. Hold on. Let them call back, hopefully. Oh,
Oh,
all right. Thank you.
okay,
Sorry for
cool.
that. I'm like trying to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like exciting. Somebody's calling, yay. So yeah, the CBD products have lots of great benefits in
Okay,
humans
hold on.
and animals, and
Here you go.
the research studies are actually done on animals and
Wow.
then humans.
Wow.
Right. So yeah,
All right, hold on. The call is back. I see it. So hold on.
call
Just
us
give me
back.
one second because
Let's
you know
do
what?
it.
No, no, no. It's not picking up. Hold on. It's literally, hello. Hi. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, but this is Jill. You are live on the radio, but in a different way because I'm trying to patch you through our board and it's not working right now. So can I just take the call this way, just to confirm you are live on the show and you're here with Dr. Kathy. I don't know if she can hear you, but I'll repeat the question. Go ahead.
I was thinking about it. How do you feel about farmers' dog food?
How do you
Okay. Your
feel about
question is,
farmers'
what do I
dog
feel
food?
about farmer's dog? Um, it's people food. So That right there is a tremendous improvement about over any kibble. Farmer's dog is designed to be what's called all life stages, which means it has enough vitamins and minerals in it for anywhere from a puppy all the way up to a geriatric. So, in certain circumstances, it has an excess of vitamins and minerals, and some animals are like, it's a little bit strong. But if people come in and they're feeding farmer's dog and their dog is doing great on it, I don't make any complaints. It's only when something's not right, but you're light years ahead of the game if you're feeding real food and that's where you're starting. That's beautiful. I don't hear anything else.
Great health. One more time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you. It was a great help.
Oh, it was a great help. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Again, so sorry for the technical
my
issues, but we
pleasure.
do appreciate you calling. Thanks so much. All right. Thank
I
you.
love it.
All
You
right.
have the weirdest thing. That's a physical telephone. I didn't
It
know they existed
I
anymore.
have two physical telephones that connect to the board, and for some reason, I mean, I saw the call popping up on the screen and it lights up, and then I'm like, why is it not connected? But it's fine. We got to hear his call, and we got Leanne emailed
Yay.
us. So awesome, awesome, awesome. 631
Yeah.
307 40. Oh my gosh, what's the number? 4010. Just in case you have any more questions. A few more minutes
Yeah.
here with our doctor friend. And now I forgot what we were talking about before when the caller called, but I'm sure you'll pick it right
Oh
back
my
up.
goodness.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
not. They'll just
we've been doing our little circuitous path. We were talking about CBD and hemp products and the different uses, but that was a beautiful question about quality of pet food. And so those are when people tell me what they're feeding. I mean, if it's kibble, except for one, maybe two brands. The ingredients that are in that bag are all illegal for human consumption. And it's awkward position because I'm not paid by any of these companies. So, but what I look for is the ingredients are sourced from the same place that people food is. There's this weird political thing about so-called human grade pet food and human grade ingredients, and it has become this regulatory nightmare. And some perfectly good foods that are absolutely made with ingredients that you and I would eat aren't allowed to call it human grade pet food because they're not made in a human food facility. Is politics. But with the proper questions, we can absolutely, figure out, is it people food? The latest interesting little I think it's a scam is raw coated kibble. Oh, what a load of BS. It's kibble and they sprayed blood, pig blood on it, and the blood was raw. So they dried it, so now it's freeze dried, raw, coated, kibble. It's all just silliness. So there's a lot of marketing. The word holistic in a pet food means nothing. It means I like the way it sounds. Natural pet food, you do know that poop is natural. So
yeah.
natural pet food.
No.
Ew.
Poop in our food?
Well,
Oh,
potentially. So, chicken meal is the
uh-huh.
chicken that's not legal for you and I to eat. It got thrown into a dumpster, laid in the sun for 2 weeks, exposed to cockroaches, rats, the weather, goes off to a rendering facility. Yeah, it probably has poop in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yikes.
natural.
Yeah, it all natural ingredients. I will never. Oh my God, I can't look at labels now on regular food either, thinking about this. Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
regulated in people food, I hope. Yeah.
Ah.
That's a whole nother conversation. Okay. Moving
Whole
on.
nother
Okay.
conversation. Yeah, absolutely. Healthy possibilities with the dog or a cat paw. That's how to get a hold of me. Healthofpossibilities.com. Um, I don't know, I have what, Facebook. Go to the website. There's a free report how you might be overpaying your vet and over vaccinating your pet. And you kind of get a bigger idea of my thing. And if you're interested, then send me a text, send you the link for a phone consult, membership, that sort of thing. I just want to make the world healthy for dogs and cats everywhere. And you know what I've realized is we got to do it one at a time.
No.
I'm cool with that.
Beautiful. And I just got to say something. You mentioned, the veterinarians, and speaking of the prices that they charge, and my sister wanted to get her dog fixed, and her
Mm,
veterinarian told her it would be $750. So we called a place out east on Long Island that does rescues, and they accept all animals, whether it's a rescue or not. You just have to pay. But it was like, well, what I called for my cat, it was 170. I don't know what it is for the dog. She said it's much cheaper. So is
hmm
this, what is a typical charge for a spay or neuter? I mean, in general, I mean, I know it's different for every state, but can you give me a nice
It's
ballpark?
So you hit the ballpark right there. Exactly. So, not everybody can afford $1,000 for a spay. So it's going to depend on where you live. And honestly, yeah, the spay neuter clinics are probably the way to go. They are very good at it. They just boom, 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 tiny little incisions, get them in, get them out. They actually tend not to have this huge requirement of over vaccinating. They usually just want in a dog a heartworm negative, in dog or cat, they're going to want rabies vaccine. That's it. And if you can prove with the certificate it was already done, they accept it and boom, they get it done.
Awesome.
Yes, spay
It,
neuter can cost $1,000. And
wow.
then if you want to leave the ovaries in and just take out the uterus, throw $1,000 on the front of it.
Wow. I got to tell you, what my vet and I used to be very close. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, and I went in hands on into his little OHR when
Oh,
we did a
awesome.
spay and neuter for both of my cats, right? So I always forget, but one's female, one's male, whichever the
Right.
terminology. So I got to see how he did the incision and pulled the little uterus, little V
Uh-huh.
out, right? Stitch it up.
Uh-huh.
And then the best was for the male cat with the little balls, just cut them out and kind of pop them
Pew,
out.
pew. Uh-huh.
Yes, you've done this
Yeah.
before, I'm sure. Like, you know it. It was
In my
I
sleep.
I
Still. I haven't done surgery in 8 years. I still dream about it.
Oh my God, it was fascinating. I love it. The little uterus was so cute, and the little
It's
balls are
cute.
so cute. Anyway, thank you for the conversation as
My
always.
pleasure.
Great convo, sweetheart. Enjoy the rest of your day. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.